music I want to slide to. You don't mind? See how this go. Yeah, I just started streaming on Twitch. If you on Twitch, definitely give me a follow. Catch the replays of my lives and stuff like that. You know about this? So, so, it's tripping. Hold on. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? While I'm getting this stuff together, give me a number between 1 and 57, and I'm going to read you the corresponding key from this powerful book, my 10th book, Bloodline Breaker. Somebody said, man, you on hard on that Bloodline Breaker, but like you supposed to be doing anything less. You watch people go hard on all the destructive things that be happening in life. They be they be going hard to participate in the most destructive things. But when it comes down to being great versions of themselves, or um, for their life, for their legacy, all of a sudden, there's this lack of a to where's the echo? Hold on, we gotta fix that. Check. Yeah, there we go. Um, what I was saying, but yeah, it's just we gotta do much better. We gotta do much better in our ability to invest in ourselves and invest in our ascension the same way that we'll invest in our destruction. Because we willing to do that. No one has to convince us to do that. No one ever got to convince us, to go do this or do that or whatever the case may be when it comes down to the destructive things that we'll do with our life. But when we get to talking about elevation of self or investing in self or what I mean? I know people who act like they got a problem with life insurance, but they willing to do all the things. They have no problem paying for all the things that kill them. But you gotta strategize for them to see the value in investing in life insurance. Like, you know how ass backward that is? And there's a lot of people like that. You're so ready and willing to do um, whatever is entertaining you, but not what's actually adding value to you. And that's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy to me. Let me get this going on TikTok. They've been waiting. They've been waiting patiently. I said I was going live a little while ago. Let me get this going. I'm a man. I don't know about you, but I'm a manifest mode, man. Everything I said I was getting, I'm getting everything I said I was coming for. I'm taking care of that. I'm leaving here with it. You did what I'm saying? Like this is such a season of manifesting and of just standing 10 toes down on what my dreams told me was possible and what I've always felt was possible. So shout out to everyone that's in manifest mode as well. Big shout out to each and every one of y'all watching on Twitch. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for being a part of the Manifest Nation. What you can expect is hours of education each and every week. what you can expect is hours of realness, of elevation, of the God in me speaking to the God in you. If that's what you're looking for, if that's something that you're interested in, then you're in the right place. And of course, big shout out to everybody on TikTok, everybody on Instagram, everybody on YouTube. Yeah. So I listen to me closely. Let me listen to me closely. Hey, on IG and TikTok, let me know. Y'all can hear me good. You can hear me good. Give me a thumbs up or give me a yes in the comments. Let me know that you can hear me good. So we had someone said number 3. I'm gonna read you page 3 from this book, Bloodline Breaker. This is my 10th book. It's the most powerful one, in my opinion. It's the most powerful one because not only does it give you a lot of impactful information, but it asks you a lot of amazing questions. And it's that self-reflection that leads you to, you know, a really powerful place. So in addition to that, it also gives you some things to do, some action items, some things to do with that powerful information that you get from that self-reflection. So page number 3 that was a great choice. Whoever called that out, that was a great choice, because page number 3 is the dedication, and it's what I love to read as I've been promoting this book over the last few days, or last few weeks rather. When I wrote the dedication, I remember shedding a tear, quite honestly, just because of what the dedication is talking about. I can remember writing it. I remember having a moment where I was aware that there was something powerful going to take place as people got this in their hands and got this information into their lives. So I'm gonna read you the dedication. To the generational curse breakers. This is for the ones who didn't wait to be chosen because they knew they were. For the ones who heard the whispers in their blood and decided to answer with a roar. This is for the ones who got tired of surviving and chose to create a legacy instead of living a lie. For the ones who felt the weight of silence, the sting of shame, and the ache of inherited pain, and still stood tall enough to say, it ends with me. This is for those who have cried in the dark, prayed in secret, and healed in pieces, but never gave up on the vision of freedom for the generations to come. You're not just healing yourself, you are rebuilding empires. You are rewriting bloodlines. You are reprogramming destiny. You are the first. You are the force. You are the revolution. And this book was born for you because you were born for this. That's the dedication. That's the dedication for the Bloodline Breaker. So shout out to you if you are a Bloodline Breaker, if you identify as someone who is breaking generational curses in your family. You changing some things up that's different, going to be different for your children and your children's children because of the things that you're doing with your life and with your energy. Shout out to you. I wrote this book for you. It's a powerful book that I got right here for you. So that was page number 3. That was page number 3, I think. And by the way, this book is available at brianhippolyte.com. You can definitely click the link in my bio and go to brianhippolyte.com and get your copy of the book. It's also available on Amazon for sure. But if you purchase it from brianhippolyte.com, I'm going to give you the ebook as a special gift rather. So I appreciate y'all. So let's see. We had number 22 was the other number that I seen called out on IG. 22 is the end of chapter 3. And At the end of every chapter, there's an exercise, there's something for you to do. Because like I said, not only does it give you a bunch of good information, but then it gives you a bunch of questions to ask yourself, some reflection, and then it gives you some things to do with that reflection. So this is to build your conscious legacy. And this is a check of whether you are, whether things are a liability or a legacy. So it's asking you to ask yourself if these things, when they happen in your life, if they're a liability or legacy. So it says, what family mantras, sayings, or beliefs do you now recognize as limiting? What family mantras, sayings, or beliefs do you now recognize as limiting? Think about it. There was definitely some words that we were given, some mindsets that was passed down to us that were limiting mindsets and limiting beliefs. Definitely around money, around prosperity, around freedom. There was definitely some limiting mindsets and beliefs that our family experienced. And in their words and in their conversations and in their belief systems, pass it down. So, you know, a belief is nothing more than an idea that you continue to think. So there's a lot of people with beliefs that you've just thought these things for a long time. It's also powerful to mention that these thoughts are not your own. These are inherited thoughts. And if they're not leading you to a greater version of yourself, or if they're not connecting you to the infinite power that is within you, if it's not co-signing the God in you, that's not yours. That is a mindset, a mentality, a story that you got from someone else. That's not you. It's not true. That's just something that you've heard long enough to believe that it was. So, you know, ask yourself again, what family mantras, sayings, or beliefs do you now recognize as limiting? What behaviors did your family normalize that you now reject? I think I said this last night, man. Like, there was a lot of things I was cool with until I became a father. And it was like almost, it was almost night. It was almost hypocritical. You know, if I'm being completely honest, it was almost hypocritical how I went from what I was cool with to, nah, man, we can't do that. I'm a dad now. I got a little girl. That ain't cool no more. I know I was all right with it yesterday, but I'm a dad today. I'm a father now. And no, I don't get down like that. You can't do that around here no more. You know, there's several things that happen in life that give us a different perspective, a different view, and we realize that there were some things that we was cool with that really don't fit the mold. That really is not what we should be subscribing to. Some of those things, in fact, come from our families. What behaviors did your family normalize that you now reject? Who in your lineage? I love this question. And these are just 3 questions at the top of page 22 for the record. This book is so powerful, even just one sentence at a time. Who in your lineage do you want to heal with you or protect from what you inherited? Who in your lineage do you want to heal with you, or who do you want to protect from pain you've inherited? That's a real question to ask yourself. That the answer to that question is going to lead you to a powerful place. It's going to lead you to a powerful place. The right questions lead to the right answers. The right answers lead to the right clarity. The right clarity offers the right direction. And if you have the right direction, all you have to do is what? Move in alignment. It's alignment, man. Listen, small alignments lead to big adjustments. Small alignments lead to big adjustments. Some of you don't need to do an 180-degree change. Like, you don't have to switch absolutely everything up. Some of you just need to really wake up an hour, 90 minutes earlier than what you do right now. Some of you need to be intentional and proactive to avoid your distractions and your disruptions so that you could be more effective and more efficient in what you do. Some of you need to let go of a habit and the supportive mindset that keeps you tied to a vice, and the things that just keep you at a certain vibrational field. It's not even about the vice. It's not even about whatever that substance is or whatever that thing is. It's about the dependency that you have on it and how that keeps you in a certain level of vibration and stops you from accessing certain things that you want to be in your vibration, certain things that you want to be in your stratosphere. So, you got to align with those things that you want. You got to align with those things that you want. And there's plenty of things that are already yours, but you can't get into that room until you're at that vibrational reality. And you can't stand at that vibrational reality if you are hung up on the excuses and the fears and the various things that tie you to your vices. The lies you tell yourself, because you have these things either because you believe that they are adding something to you or they're taking something away from you. It's the only reason. One of those two reasons. You believe that this thing is either adding something to you, is giving you something that you feel you're missing, or it's taking away something that you don't want. Either way is witchcraft. Either way, I'm sorry to say it like that, but either way, by very definition, it's you believing that something outside of you has the power to change your internal environment. It's you giving away the power that you have within yourself to claim dominance in your internal environment. And so, because you believe this and you don't want to be wrong, and our memory, our imagination, our ego, all these things work together to stop you from being wrong. So if you're one of these people that say, man, I can't get through the day, the stresses of the day get to me, and because of the stresses of the day, I need to smoke. Okay, so you know what's going to happen? You are going to continue to experience days that give you that feeling. You're going to continue to experience moment after moment after moment to give you the opportunity to need that thing that you said that you need. And anyone who's ever tried this knows that I'm telling you the truth, because the moment that you stop giving attention to that need, the moment that you stop giving it power, the moment that you stop giving it dominion over you, it doesn't matter anymore. It's just a happenstance. It's just something that takes place. And you know what? You're not going to get to the next level of your life until you can just deal with the challenges at this level. And if not responding, not reacting to life the way you've been reacting to life is keeping you at a certain level. So not reacting to it, or learning to respond to it, I should say, is going to take you to a much higher level. But we haven't even got halfway down page 22. If you haven't already, go to brianhippolyte.com so that you can get your copy of this powerful book. Bloodline Breakers is a guide to shattering generational curses and rewriting your legacy. Again, big shout out to everybody watching on YouTube, everybody watching on Twitch. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the follows. Everybody else on IG, on TikTok, much love to y'all. I got a new 30-day boot camp. This 30-day boot camp is definitely for all those that want to take it to the next level. You really want to sharpen yourself. You really want to get in the habit of moving in alignment. This boot camp is for you. It's definitely for you. You know. So let me finish page 22 before I switch subject though. Legacy design blueprint. That's the next thing that comes after you ask yourself those questions, those 3 questions on page 22. The next thing is, what you should do with some of this information. So you got this legacy design blueprint. It says, write a declaration of legacy. Something that says like, I am the first to blank. Fill that in. So I won't be the last. I am the first to do what? What is it that you're going to do? What is it that you standing up to? I'm the first to blank, so I won't be the last. I build a bloodline of blank and not blank. Fill that in. I build a bloodline of blank and not blank. It's the declaration of legacy. Every family should have one. Every generational curse breaker needs one. It's absolutely necessary. Create a value vision. List 3 values your future family will stand on. List 3 values your future family will stand on. Give you some examples: radical honesty, emotional intelligence, financial wisdom. List 3 values your future family will stand on. Come on, we got to identify where we're going. There's a lot of people talking about getting somewhere, but no one's identified where they're going. And I know you haven't, because when I sit down with you one-on-one or in a group format or whatever, and I ask you a question like, so what is it that you want to do? What does your greater existence look like? What's your 5-year goal? What's your 10-year plan? What's your 20-year plan? What's your legacy goals? You don't have any of these things identified. But you could tell me about everything that's on TV. You could tell me about everything that's happening on social media, everything that's happening with these different celebrities and their court cases and their baby mamas. And you know all of these things, but you don't have a life and legacy plan or planned out. You got insurance on your jewelry, but not on your life. This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. There's a lot of people walking and talking that are just living liabilities, living, breathing, moving liabilities, going through life trying to convince themselves that they anything but that. The last thing on page 22 says a daily declaration, and this is something that you will say to yourself every day. I trade inheritance of pain for a legacy of power. I rewrite the future, starting with my name. I'm going to read that to you one time. I trade inheritance of pain for a legacy of power. I rewrite the future, starting with my name. This is a powerful book. You should definitely get your copy of it. It's available at brianhippolyte.com. When you purchase it from brianhippolyte.com, I'm going to give you the ebook absolutely free as a gift. Thank you so much for all y'all support. All right. All right, now listen closely. Listen closely. If you're here just to be entertained, you might want to scroll. You might want to find something else to do. You might want to find somewhere else to be. But if you're here because you know there's something in your life that has to change, then stay locked in. For those of you who are just joining who may not know that much about me, maybe somebody told you to check me out, or maybe you just started following me on social media. Matter of fact, shout out to everybody on IG. We hit 75,000 followers today on IG. So, hey, listen, hold on. I know I got some sound effects over here. Hold on. Y'all playing with me. 75,000 followers on IG. Thank you so much for all the likes, for all of the shares, for just for spreading the positivity around and the high vibrations. Secondly, thank you for everyone that's been streaming my music. I've been streaming the Mirror song, that's been streaming Greater Existence and Accept and Forever Grateful, man. Thank you for everyone that's been streaming paintings. Thank you. Listen, thank you for all the love that y'all be showing. Yeah, I gotta say that. So, but in case you don't know who I am or what this is, you just stumbled in this place. I'm Brian Hippolyte. I'm a 10-time author. I'm a recording artist, and I'm a mentor. But more importantly, I'm a homeschool father, and I am a divine being that was sent to this dimension to speak to the God in you and connect you to the God in you so that you can continue being greater than you've ever been. Many know me and refer to me as the Manifest Mentor. I don't just teach people how to I teach people how to take things out of their mind and put it into their hand. I teach you how to align with the reality that you see in your mind. I teach you how to listen to your soul effectively and efficiently so it can guide you to the divine places that only your soul can take you to. That's what I do. That's what I do. I do it in book form. I do it in music form. I do it in class form. It's a vibe over here. I'm glad that you're in the stratosphere. Because you know what? If you just tuning in, this story is only getting better. The vibe is only getting better. The blessings are only getting bigger. So, you know, what a time to be alive. Thank you so much for tuning in and tapping in with me. Because I help people break generational curses and rewrite their legacy, masters, and become the masters of their mind. So their life finally lines up with what they say they want. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, I want to drop some truths that may either trigger you or free you. It's not my intent to trigger you, to anger you. If you are triggered, my intent behind that trigger is to activate you. Is to bring you to a point where you do something. And it's not just to have instant reaction, a knee-jerk reaction to it. No, I want to plant a seed in your mind and your heart and your soul that will continue to grow beyond this moment and continue to lead you to truth anytime that you get away from it. Either way, whether I trigger you or free you, you're going to thank me later, I promise. Now, again, if you're watching me on TikTok or IG, I want you to click the link in my bio and pull up on me on Twitch right now so you don't miss this full experience. Plus, when you subscribe, you're going to get access to all the exclusive trainings that I don't post anywhere else and won't be anywhere else but on Twitch. So let's talk truth. Because that's what we're here for on Twitch. The Twitch channel is called the Manifest Nation. So we don't just speak dreams, we engineer them over here. We make it happen. We create ways out of no ways. We way makers and way finders that don't take or make excuses. We make ways. Your life right now is a sum total of two things: what you tolerate and what you repeat. You hear me? Your life is a sum total of two things: what you tolerate and what you repeat. Another way to look at it is your life is a sum total of what has been added to and subtracted from your life. Listen, you don't need another motivational quote, though. You need to stop lying to yourself about what's okay. You need to stop tolerating the distractions and the disruptions, because if you keep allowing them to live, they will not allow you to live with your destiny. If you keep repeating the patterns that broke your parents, you will pass them on to your children. And this is why I created that 30-day manifest boot camp. Because if you can't give yourself 30 days of focus, you're lying about wanting change to begin with. So if that is something that you are interested in and taking it to the next level and really getting into alignment, breaking down and breaking down and breaking away from the old patterns that aren't benefiting you and creating and adapting to new ones that are going to allow you to not just survive, but to thrive, then this 30-day manifest boot camp is for you. It starts September the 1st. Limited spaces, extremely limited spaces. So, especially if you want the VIP, there's only 10 VIP slots available. So, go to BrianHippolyte.com, click the link in my bio right now, wherever you at, and join that 30-day manifest challenge. Unicorn Hippie, how you doing? That's going to be a powerful time. I'm going to tell you more about that in just a little bit, though, because we need this, and it's important because many of y'all are living a life like that's founded on self-sabotage. And you wonder why you don't get what you want out of life. You wonder why you don't connect the way that you want to connect. It's because you live on the frequency of self-sabotage. You live with the habits of self-sabotage. Some of you are more loyal to your limitations than you are to your future. That's why your life exists and revolves around limitations. And you do only what you feel comfortable doing, only what your fears have told you you're capable of doing, only what your environment has told you you're capable of doing. You don't do what you want to do. You do what your fears have allowed you to feel comfortable doing. And you're more loyal to these limitations than you are to your future. Your purpose and your power are greater than your problems. You know what I'm saying? You got to know that. You got to believe that, so that you'll move according to that. Because it's all about the way that you move, right? Faith without works is dead. You can't tell me, I don't care who you believe in. If when it's time to move in faith, if you can't do it, then I'm going to doubt what you say you believe, because it must be something that you just experiencing in the moment. It must be just you must be like when people go to church and they just are enjoying that sensation in the moment, but then they leave that building and their life, their frequency, the way they deal with life does not at all reflect what it is that they were saying they believed. There's a lot of people who come into a space like this, and I'm saying this as the founder of Manifest Nation. This is not a place for entertainment. It's not a place to just pacify ourselves with moments that feel good. This is a place of transformation. It's really a place of transformation, of breaking generational curses and creating generational wealth. If that's the type of time you want, to pull up on me. Pull up on me. Manifest Nation, we live on Twitch right now, man. The 30-day Manifest Bootcamp starts September the 1st. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the love. Some of you, you know what? You think you're stuck because of money and resources and because of your environment, but you're not stuck because of where you are. You're stuck because of who you are being. And that's what we have to understand. That's what we have to make true to us and real to us, is who we are being. That's stopping us from getting where we want to go. We're being versions of us that align with the lack and limitations that we don't want in our lives. We're being versions of us that co-sign the doubts and disbeliefs that stop us from manifesting. You're not where you're at, where you are. You're not stuck there because of the things around you. You're stuck there because of your internal environment. And the moment that you begin to believe that and do something with that, things are going to start to change for you. That's what my mentorship is for. I don't just give you motivation. I help you rewire step by step, week by week, until you become an unrecognizable even to yourself. That's what it is. That's what's it about. If you're on Twitch, hit that subscription button so you don't miss anything. You're not just going to get this good talk tonight. You're also going to get the tools, the replays, the community, and the accountability. Welcome to Manifest Nation. Everybody else, if TikTok, how y'all doing? IG, how y'all doing? It's a good time to be the version of you that's going to handle these generational curses. That's what it's about. We breaking generational curses, we creating generational wealth. Because if you don't heal it, you hand it down. That's what I talk about a lot in this book. Bloodline Breaker is a powerful book. It's going to change your, not just your life, but your legacy. Not just the way that you're moving, but how your bloodline moving. This is a powerful book. I mean, this is my 10th one, and I think I've said a lot of times when I've released the book, oh, this is my favorite one. But I mean it. I mean it with this one. I mean it. And it's not just my favorite book just because it's the newest one. It's my favorite book because of the impact that I know it was created to have. It was my favorite book. It's my favorite book because of the emotions that I experienced writing it. It's the like I tell them, like even just the dedication. I remember shedding tears, having tears rolling, streaming down my face as I was writing the dedication. Just knowing what you have to have gone through to be the bloodline breaker in your family, and the things that you've had to fight to be the generational curse breaker in your family. And I know it because I had to go through it. So, you know, just from one amazing being to the, you know, to the other, when I was just dedicating this book to you, like it just was such a strong, powerful range of emotions, you know. I know this book is meant to break a lot of people out of Matrix, but break a lot of bloodlines out of the Matrix. So, and it's the shortest. It's the shortest of all of my books. It's 57 pages. You know, it's not. It's an easy read. It's not. It's easy to read, easy to understand, but powerful information. Powerful information. Matter of fact, if you give me a number between 1 and 57, I will read you the corresponding page, and it's going to definitely be something that you needed to hear tonight, needed to hear right now. And after that happens, after you get this divine word that's here for you in this book, make sure you go to brianhippolyte.com and get your copy. When you get your copy, not only am I going to sign your copy, but I'm going to send you the ebook as well. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all to life. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. We're here to heal. I see number 33. Okay, let's see what 33 is talking about. Number 33, page 33 is the end of chapter 5. And chapter 5 is, we're talking about rewriting the worth script that you live. Many of us are living a life based off of the script that was handed to us, the understanding that was handed to us, and the words that were handed to us, the words that we received, and the things that we believe. That's the script. So we just talked about that in chapter 5. And now at the end of it is asking you some questions, and then it's going to give you some things to do with those answers. So let's see what these questions are. This is called the struggle detox. This first question is, where in your life are you choosing struggle out of habit? Where in your life are you choosing struggle out of habit? A lot of us got habits that just link us to lack and limitation. You know, one of the biggest and most common ways that we self-sabotage is not asking for help. Statistically, that's like one of the highest ways that we self-sabotage, and many people do it out of habit. And that's eye-opening to me, because I was teaching a class on self-sabotage and had all these different methods of self-sabotage listed in this class, and I'm explaining it. And then somebody in the Q&A was like, you know, you didn't mention not asking for help. That's a really big way that we self-sabotage as well. I'm surprised you didn't mention that. And I was like, you know what? I didn't mention it because that's the one I do. that's the one I struggle with. No wonder I didn't think about that one. That's the one that I do. And that was a few years ago. And since then, I have had to be extremely intentional to rewrite the script in my mind that said that I couldn't ask for help. The things that I told myself as to why I don't want to ask you for help because I don't want you to disappoint me. I don't want to ask you for help because I want it done the way that I want it done. I don't want you to feel bad if you ain't do it the way I want it done and I got to do it again. I got all these reasons. And I'm sure you do too. And throw one in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about. Like, we make up these stories and we create these realities for ourselves based off of our beliefs. And so when we have limiting beliefs, we're going to have limited realities. So this book is helping you get out there. So this is called The Struggle Detox. Where in your life are you choosing struggle out of habit? This is just question number 1 on page 33, by the way. And what beliefs make you feel guilty for resting or receiving ease? Come on now. What beliefs make you feel guilty for resting or receiving ease? Many of us come from families and come from environments that made you feel like you wasn't supposed to rest, made you feel like you had to work hard. There's belief systems that we've had that you must work hard to get things. And that if you're lazy, if you don't do all this hustling and grinding and all that stuff. What beliefs make you feel guilty for resting and receiving? Because what you got to learn is how to be in receiving mode. You got to learn how to be in receiving mode. There's a lot of things that you want in your life that can't come to your life because you're not even in receiving mode. These things want to land in your life, but I don't know if you've ever been on a plane that couldn't land because the runway had too many planes on it. The runway was crowded. I don't know if you've ever been on a plane and heard the captain say, hey, we got to circle around the airport a few times because the runway is crowded. The plane cannot land. There's so many things that want to come into your life, but it can't land in your life because your runway is crowded. There's things that you need to release. There's things that you need to let go of. There's things that you need to stop believing in. There's things that you need to stop giving your attention to. There's things you need to be much more intentional about. You got to clean and clear your runway. So the things that you want can land in your life. You can't be in receiving mode if you don't have hands open to receive. There's things that there's people that you want in your life. There's a mate that you want in your life, but you don't have your hands open to receive them. You don't have your heart open to receive them. You don't have the open vibration to receive them. What beliefs make you feel guilty when it comes to resting and when it comes to receiving? Because many of us have lived a performance-based life. And so even when it comes to you, you feel you're not even worthy of the things that you want unless you perform a certain way. And you are worthy. You can have what you believe you deserve, and you are worthy of those things that you desire. And when you actually believe that, instead of believing that you have to perform a certain way to get those things, you will attract them into your life. Question number 3 from page 33 is, who taught you that hard equals holy? Who taught you the struggle gospel, that you had to do things you had to struggle through things, and that's what was going to make you great? Who told you that there was so much honor and value in struggling? Who gave you this? Who passed down this struggle gospel to you? Give it back to them. Give it back to them. You were taught that suffering is noble. It's not. You was taught that giving to everyone else and not taking care of yourself was being a good person. It's not. You were told that suffering produces character. And while there's a million things that I could say about the hardships that I've gone through towards the greatness that they've made me, listen, we ain't have to be like this. It ain't have to go down like this. We didn't have to struggle like this. I didn't have to align myself with so many things that separated me from opportunity and opulence. Who taught you that hard equaled holy? Yeah, return the sender. Send it back to him. Send it back to him. The rest of page number 33 in this almighty book, you need it on your bookshelf. You need it on your bookshelf, but you need it open. You need it on your desk. You need it on your desk, and each day be giving yourself at least one page of breaking generational curses. I don't know what else you got going on with your life and with your time, but if you ain't got a few moments to dedicate towards breaking some generational curses in your life, God bless you. It says, declaration of divine ease. Write this statement and say it out loud for 7 days. I release the gospel of grind. I break the covenant with chaos. I choose a life of divine flow, sacred rest, and unstoppable ease. I'm going to read that again. I release the gospel of grind. I break the covenant with chaos. I choose a life of divine flow, sacred rest, and unstoppable ease. Yeah. Now, this is the ease activation exercise. For 1 full day, do nothing to prove your worth. For 1 full day, do absolutely nothing to prove your worth. No over explaining, no over performing, no over apologizing. Just exist and feel the power of that choice. Yeah. And it's a daily declaration to go along with that. It says, I am not here to suffer. I'm here to shift. My legacy is ease, overflow, and unshakable joy. Listen, these are my words. This is. If you was calling my phone, hey, how you doing, man? I'm in my overflow. I'm operating in my overflow and in my unshakable joy. Unshakable joy. I don't care. It don't matter what you got going on, what you tried to bring me. Listen, unshakable joy, because you ain't give me this joy. So you can't take this joy away. And there's nothing that you bring to me that's going to take this joy away. There's some things that might make me unhappy. It might be some things that can make me unhappy for sure, but you can't take this joy away. And that's the way that you got to live, and the way that you got to go through life, to where you are actually in control of the way that you are experiencing life. There's so many people, so many of y'all are going through life where you can't have a good day unless life lets you have a good day. The person at Starbucks can do something that you don't like, get your coffee wrong, and that'll messed up your morning. A coworker or a customer do something that you don't like, and that'll messed up the middle of your day. Your child or your spouse do something that'll mess up your eating. Like, you need life to let you have a good day. That's crazy. That's ass backwards. That is not the way to be moving through your life. So it's a good day to stop. It's a good day to let go of these things that are stopping you from being greater versions of yourself and accomplishing and achieving the things that you want. I want to give you a personal truth of my own. I used to be the king of potential, full of ideas, surrounded by opportunities, but always finding a way to sabotage my progress. That was me. Hello, my name is Brian. I used to be the king of potential. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Drop a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. And the truth is, most of you here are exactly where I was. You're learning, but you're not applying. You're talking about change, but you're not committed to it. You're holding on to habits that are still killing you slowly. That's why I stopped letting people follow me for free and think they're growing. I built platforms and programs to force you to step up. Matter of fact, the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp challenge and my mentorship will either make you or break you. It's not for everybody. It's for those who are serious and who are committed to creating, not for the ones who are still wishing and waiting. You'll never be the same. You'll never be the same. You'll level up to a greater version of yourself. You jump in either one of those programs. And the 30-day bootcamp challenge, 30-day Manifest Bootcamp, rather, it starts September the 9th, September the 1st. There's 3 tiers to it. Get in there and make it happen. Get in there and make it happen, because it's going to be a powerful time. And you want to talk about changing the way that you're going through life. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. We are going to be getting together 5 days a week for 30 days. You're gonna get a message from me. You're gonna get some wisdom from me, something to do. We're going to have accountability meetings. We're going to identify what your distractions and your disruptions are, so that you can be proactive and intentional to create an environment that limits your distractions and your disruptions. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitch right now. What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to Manifest Nation. This is what we on. Yeah. So it's definitely a good time to join the 30-day Manifest Challenge. There's going to be some powerful things in there for you. Discipline is remembering what you want more than what you feel. And it's time to come through with that discipline. It's really time to show up with that discipline. Putting your future in front of the instant gratification. Anytime that you delay gratification, man, it's such a great investment. Here's the questions I need you to answer in your head right now. You don't got to tell me, you ain't got to put it in the chat. But if you keep living exactly like you are right now, what does your life look like in 5 years? If you keep living, you keep moving exactly the way that you are right now, what does your life look like in 5 years? Now, if that vision doesn't excite you, it's not going to fix itself. Let's say that. Let's start there. I appreciate you, Sheila. It's not going to fix itself. You need guidance. You need accountability. You need a plan of execution, and you need to stop running from yourself. You need to stop running from your greatness. You need to stop being so loyal to what you've been through and be loyal to where you're going. All right. I'm trying to tell you, and listen, this is exactly what you're going to get when you subscribe to Manifest Nation here on Twitch. It's going to be a vibe. It's going to be a vibe. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all want these recordings. It's going to be the replays. It's going to be on Twitch. So make sure y'all follow me on there. To my IG and my TikTok family. Click the link in my bio. Go to Twitch. Hit that subscription so you can get all this content for sure. Let me know. If you ready to stop playing small, let me know. Pull up. Man, it's that time. It's divine time and divine alignment. You know what I'm saying? The right time isn't coming. Everyone's always waiting for the right time when it comes to changing their life. Your people could call you right now and want to go do something that you don't need to be doing, and you don't check your watch. Like, it's always the right time to be on some bullshit. But when we talking about elevating, When we talking about investing, we talking about making a change, not just for you, but for the generations behind you. Where's all the energy? Where's all the excitement? Where's all that money you was talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's a great day to stop lying to yourself. It's really a great day to stop lying to yourself. The right time is when you decide to stop lying to yourself. That's the right time. So greatest shall you be, greatest shall you do, greatest shall you have. But what? You gotta know it's true. You gotta know it's true. Listen, man. Your circle. Your circle is either your cage or your launch pad. So if you want to know exactly which one that it is, look and see what they doing. Are the people in your circle doing things that you want to see happen in your life? Are they experiencing things that you want to see take place? Are they having conversations on things that you want to learn about? Because that's when it's a launching pad. The difference between the person that you are and the person that you want to be is one decision away. It's one decision away. And that decision could be right now on this live in real time. Listen, whether you're subscribing on Twitch, whether you get into the 30-day manifest boot camp, whether you do any of these things, you can right now, this moment, just decide that this is the moment that you're going to stop playing small with yourself. That this is the moment that you're going to stop lying to yourself. That this is the moment that you're going to stop making excuses, and that you're going to allow yourself to live outside of your comfort zone. This is going to be the moment that you align yourself with the greatness that you were sent to this dimension to walk through it. At this divine moment, at this intersection of time and space, you were sent here for a divine reason. And it's time that you live a life that reflects that, instead of a life that reflects the things that you've struggled with, the things that you've been through, the things that have challenged you, the things that have hurt you, the things that have broken you. It's time to move beyond that. And there's so many things that we have at our disposal to help us do just that. So why aren't we experiencing it? It's because we continue to align ourselves with the things that are pulling us away from our greatness. Listen, don't just watch me live out my purpose. Let me help you live out yours. Go to BrianHippolyte.com, get your copy of Bloodline Breaker. There are several book bundles that are available. There's a back to school book bundle for all the books that I have for our young readers in our lives and in our families. There's a back to school bundle right now, and when you participate in that, when you do the back to school bundle for the 4 books that I have for from readers between the 3rd and the 8th grade, you're going to get this book absolutely free. I'm going to give this to you. At moms and dads, you're going to get a book too. It's all available at BrianHippolyte.com. Get yourself this Bloodline Breaker book. Is a powerful guide to shattering generational curses, and as you can see, it's a thin book. It's don't take a lot to read it. Give me a number between 1 and 57, and I'll read you the corresponding page. I promise you, no matter what number you give me, it's going to be something that you needed to hear right now. Matter of fact, I won't even read the whole page, and it's going to be something of value that adds value to you, that you needed to hear right now. Give me a number between 1 and 57. I'm going to read you just a piece of the page to let you know how serious this is. 16. Thank you. Thank you very much. 16. Where we at on 16? Y'all keep picking the numbers that bring us to all the exercises at the end of these chapters. So we're at the end of chapter 2 on page 16, and this exercise is excavating transmitted trauma. See, chapter 2 is on trauma and how it's transmitted. So the exercise at the end of it is asking you some questions And of course, going to give you something to do with those answers. So the pattern discovery that is asking you says, what's a reaction you have had? I'm sorry, what's a reaction you have that doesn't match your reality? Like overthinking, pulling away, self-sabotage. What's a reaction that you have that doesn't match your reality? We're talking about behavior patterns that come from trauma and environments that we come from. Who in your bloodline modeled that behavior? What survival response did you inherit but never question? That's a good question right there. What survival response did you inherit but never question? Just those three questions right there. I ain't even gotta go no further down the page. What's a reaction that you have that doesn't match your reality? Who in your bloodline modeled that behavior? And what survival response did you inherit but never question? Woo. Listen, you get the answers to those questions, and you're gonna be in a much better place than you are right here at this moment. I'm gonna give you a piece. I'm gonna give you a piece of page 26. I seen someone call out page 26. Page 26 says, you don't need their approval to be free. Somebody just walked in the room and this is exactly what you needed to hear. This is the words that was waiting for you, for your spirit. The God in me speaking to the God in you. Okay. You don't need their approval to be free. You will be misunderstood. You will be talked about. You will be challenged. But guess what? You were born for disruption, not applause. Your soul didn't come here to follow old rules. It came to break them with purpose. So let them watch you glow in the flames of every lie they tried to raise you with. Yeah. You don't need their approval to be free. Anybody needed to hear that? Drop a 1 in the chat if you needed to hear that. You don't need their approval to be free. Yeah. Listen, y'all, it's a great day to be greater than you've ever been. I don't know what's been standing in your way. I don't know what's been stopping you from moving forward, but it's definitely, not only do you have the ability to shift your reality, you can quantum shift your reality. You can jump from one timeline of existence to another by aligning with that reality. I was explaining it to my daughters today. It was like if every room in this house had a certain color and there were certain things in this room and everything in this room was the same color. Well, if you had a red, this room was red, everything in the room was red stuff. So if you wanted, let's say if you wanted strawberries, you had to go to the red room. But the thing is, in order to access the red room, you have to be wearing red. You have to be on the frequency. You have to be resembling what that room has in order to have access to what that room has. And there's many of you who are so worthy of everything that you desire, but you do not put on the vibrational reality that matches or aligns with the thing that you say you want in your life. You refuse to become the vibrational match of what it is that you desire, so you don't have what you desire. What you desire it knows is yours, but it knows you're not ready for it. You don't possess at this moment. You have not shown that you possess the type of mindset or discipline that would attract it or keep it, that thing that you want. I know it's uncomfortable to hear. I know it's uncomfortable to hear. But greater shall you be, greater shall you do, and greater shall you have. So listen, I'm gonna get out of here. I might check in back with y'all a little bit later. If you want to watch this stream, you gotta check me out on Twitch. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the love. Thank you to everyone that's watching on TikTok, to everyone that's showing love on IG, everyone that's watching on YouTube. Listen, go stream this new music that's out right now. We got the Bloodline Breaker Affirmation album that's out right now. The Tropical Depression album. You can go to brianhippolyte.com and pick your price. Pick your own price and download my powerful album, man. That's the soundtrack of healing, the soundtrack of growth, the soundtrack of evolution. And it's right there waiting for you at brianhippolyte.com. And of course, thank you to everyone that's streaming it on all the platforms. I love y'all to life. I wouldn't water you if I didn't want you to grow. A rising tide raises all boats. So if this elevated you, take some of this. Take some of this knowledge. Take some of this insight. Take some of this vibration and share it with somebody. Elevate the people around you. Add value to the people around you. Look, because that's what I'm here doing with you. So you keep doing it. Pay it forward. Keep it going. Thank you for watching. Thank you for rocking with me. Don't forget to go to brianhippolyte.com and register. Claim your spot. It's only a limited amount of spots for the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. It starts September the 1st. You don't want to miss this opportunity to grow exponentially. This is the accelerated path if you want to get on it. The only thing faster than this is that one-on-one mentorship program. If that's something that you're interested in, send me a message or go to brianhippolyte.com so you could get in that application process and we'll get that going. Listen, blessings, peace and blessings, growth, power, and divine alignment. Y'all be great, be powerful, be guys, and I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Yeah. Peace. Have a good night.